There is something really interesting that always happens to me whenever I come to school after a long period of time. Or not even a long period of time. It can be just like a one day off, or it can be just like through the weekend, for example. You see, whenever I'm at home, I'm thinking about all of my long-term goals, like my entrepreneurship goals, my trading goals, the goals in my fitness and in my health category, the relationships that I want to cultivate in the future. And guess what? Whenever the weekend ends and I have to come back to school, all of those get flipped on their head. Suddenly, all of the I get aligned to the energy of the 99% of people that are stuck, that are complacent, that are such slow laners that they literally don't make any progress on themselves whatsoever, besides like the gym and the relationships category, but not like in the quality way, but in the quantity way. You understand what I'm trying to say. Basically, they don't work on themselves whatsoever. And guess what? I am a guy who is looking into stuff like trading, into stuff like investing into like land, investing into stocks and all these other things, I think so big now because there are just so many opportunities in this world, and you would be an absolute fool to miss out about them. And I would have too if I never took action, unlike these people. And guess what? Whenever I'm around them, like there's 100 people at my school that are basically like my classmates, of course in other grades and stuff like that, but they radiate this complacent energy. I really start to think like them when I'm around them. You see, like when I'm around them, they talk about stuff like high school. Well, only the teachers, but they take that energy and they amplify it by like 1,000 fold. Then they also talk about stuff like, I don't know, taking drugs, uh, going out at the weekends, drinking, talking about stuff like memes, and then isn't it hard for you to get corrupted by it? Of course, it is hard to resist it, but you cannot do anything about it. And I just find it so interesting that whenever I'm around them, it's like I'm completely a different person. Sure, I still think about the things that I want to do, but it is so hard to do it. It is so hard to be online in online communities, to work on my personal brand, to think about my trading journey that I will take in the future. When you have all of these people just radiating this subconscious energy onto you, this complacent energy that just wants to go to high school without no clear goal whatsoever. These people, I don't want to go that deep into this, but basically, you know where they are heading in life. It is not looking very pretty. But then, the second that I leave school, and the second that I go to the gym with my male classmates, and with my past male classmates from like primary school days, with whom I really resonate with to this day, we always have the most fucking incredible chat of the entire day at Fridays. Dude, like the amount of goals that we discuss, the thought process that we share, and the goals that we have for the future, they're unbeatable. And of course, they may not work on them to the extent that I do, but what matters is that they're trying to go against the majority, and I heavily support them in that. Because think about it, the only way that you can get successful in this life is by going against the majority of people. And so, yeah, that's what they do. And whenever I come home, oh boy, the entire concept of thinking about high school gets completely flipped on its head. Because when you talk about because when you talk about stuff like mindsets, about stuff like fitness, about what yogurt you need to eat to get the maximum amount of protein, about all of these little things, where you discuss subjects like the subconscious mind, about different philosophies that you never even heard about in the first place, all of these new thought processes. And guess what? All of them are aligned to self evolution, to becoming the best version of yourself that is possible in this life. It is just completely incredible. And that energy of wanting to go to high school, of getting a 9 to 5 because your parents don't want to give you money, of living in an apartment because you cannot afford a house, of studying for 3 hours every single day because you want to go to a prestige university somewhere in Prague. All of those concepts, literally fly out of the window. And guess what? Guess where I'm more fulfilled? Do you think I'm more fulfilled at school or at this place that I actually chose to take part in? Of course, it is this place. And I'm not trying to hate on school or anything. It can be a good thing for you. Like, it can be aligned to your end results, to your end goals that are fulfilling you. Okay? I'm not trying to preach this message onto you that school is this bad thing. Because this life isn't about just saying stuff like, oh, this is bad for me, or this is good for me. Of course, to a certain extent, yeah. But this life isn't about how strongly, to what fullest potential can you, like, play your cards. It is about how smart you can play your cards. It is to leverage your your surroundings to their fullest potential. Like, for example, I cannot do anything about the fact that I have a deep authoritarian voice, just like this. So I cannot change it to sound like a goofy voice, so that I would talk like better and I could like make like more jokes that people would laugh at. But guess what? I cannot make goofy jokes, but I can still play my cards right. And I can still read a book about dark humor, for example. You understand what I'm trying to say? And this applies to life in general. You must figure out what are these cards that you have hidden inside of you, these authentic superpowers that you have, these purposes in your life that keep you going, that keep you fulfilled. This card of mine, this purpose that keeps me fulfilled no matter what, is being a teacher, is being someone that explains anything to anyone, and mainly when it comes to mental health. And of course, health and wealth and relationships are also there, but mainly mental health and like mindset shifts and stuff like that. I really enjoy talking about that. So I'm playing my cards right, and I'm being online in online communities full of like-minded men that share the same values as me, and that is completely incredible, and it is paying off heavily. And I do mean heavily, my brother. Like, you don't understand where I'm going to be in the next 5 years. It's gonna be completely insane. Of course, I still leverage my surroundings, and I still, for example, go take a walk from time to time because I live near nature, and yeah, those are other examples of leveraging your surroundings. So basically, you need to find out what kinds of cards were given to you by life. What is this purpose in life of yours? And how can you align 80% of your life towards it? Because you will never be fulfilled if you get these complacent energies that are not resonating with you whatsoever. They will basically corrupt you over time. You must remember, you have this sword somewhere inside of you, this purpose in life that is waiting to be sharpened. And guess what? It is getting dulled by the old and rusty knives that have died a long time ago. But guess what? When you find this superpower of yours, whether it is boxing, whether it is learning the ukulele, whether it is learning Italian, whether it is cooking, anything, as long as it is a skill that you can sharpen over time. If you take that blade and you sharpen it with other people who are basically sharper than you, which symbolizes teachers that are better at you in this craft, or with other blades that, for example, aren't as sharp as those teachers, but they're still sharp enough to challenge you. You will get sharpened like there's no tomorrow, and eventually you will achieve mastery in that skill so fucking fast that you will even be surprised that 3 months lasted that long. You will literally think to yourself that those 3 months lasted 5 years. It's completely and utterly nuts. But that's exactly what life is all about. You must stop letting all of these negative forces, whether it is the internet, society, the formal education system, taking a hold of you, and you must figure out what your purpose in life is. And for that question, I have two questions for you. The first one is, if you had financial, location, and time freedom, and you never had to work a single day for the rest of your life, you never had to work a single hour, like just you're free to do whatever you want. You can go to a vacation in Monaco, for example, and you don't need to move a single finger because you have that much money and you will never lose it. What would you do? How would your daily routine look like? What values would you have? What things would you take part in? Do you have any clubs that you will attend? Ask all of these questions yourself. And the second main question is that since you were a little kid, what was something that your mom and the people around you that knew you deeply told you that you were good at, like most of the time? My mom used to always tell me that I was destined to become a teacher, and here I am, being fulfilled like there's no tomorrow. And I used to sharpen this tool, this purpose in life of mine to its fullest extent. I surround myself with like minded people who have the same purpose in life, who have the same goals as me when it comes to this craft. And they boost me like there's no tomorrow. They give me hope. They give me visions for the future. They give me new mindset shifts. And this is exactly what you must do to surround yourself, because otherwise this energy of the 99% of people will completely corrupt you, and it will rob you from a nice career that you could have had. This opposite force, it can truly destroy you. And the only way that you can get successful is by challenging the authority and going against the 99% of people. That's how the best lives are built, my friend. Okay? So take action, find this sword of yours, and spend a couple of days away from society and the formal education system. Because those are the ones that put the most amount of inauthentic values onto you. Okay? This is all for your own self growth. And surround yourself with people who have the same, well, they don't have to have completely the same purpose in life as you, but it can be very similar because those will sharpen you and they will truly keep you away from the negative force that will corrupt you. Okay? If you want to join a community where we discuss our mental health and full of like minded men who share the same values as you, the same likes and dislikes, the same goals as you, who are becoming the best version of themselves every single day to surpass you in the race of men, but at the same time, they will be like your true, blood bonded brothers with whom you can talk about any kind of topic and any kind of life lesson that you wish, and they will give you life advice on it like there's no tomorrow. Then you can join our Discord clan in the description. I know that if you're watching videos like these and willing to take action, that you have way more potential than you think you have. So please, harness it and join us on the path towards greatness, and leave the 99% of people that aren't authentically aligned to you behind in the dust. But besides that, you can like the video, you can subscribe if you want, join the email list in the description, and get yourself a free book about mindfulness. Comment on which part of the video you liked the most and which part of the video you will implement in your daily life. Don't forget to join the clan, you're still invited, and become a part of the family. If you want to learn about healthy mindsets that will guarantee success in the long term and in the short term by mending your mental health and bring you on the right path, no matter what, no matter the life test, no matter the goal, then I highly suggest that you should go check out Timeless Reader's Mindset in the description. It is truly something life-changing, and you won't be an absolute fool to miss out, especially with the discount that is happening over there right now. And with that being said, thank you very much for watching this video, and remember, no one is better at being you